Hey, good morning, everyone. We need to be done by Monday, August 10th, 12 noon. I'm preparing this tutorial for anyone who has any questions about Google Sites or anything that you need to be able to comply with the request. You can, if you already know some of the material, you can forward through. What I'll do is I'll do the basics at the beginning. So if you need more complex tasks, especially putting on the Zoom link, the last little pieces. If you already created your site last spring and you know how, if you forward to the last half or so of the video, you'll likely be able to find the things you need for your uh, compliance with this request. So just watch my screen. We need to have on our Google site a master and specific grade level schedule. We need to add the Meet the Teacher slideshow. This is the same PowerPoint you would give if all the parents were in your classroom, or the slides or document that you would be sharing with parents. And then there will be a leadership team informational webinar or video that'll be available as well. That's to be determined. And then all the pertinent information you need to give to the parents for the first 9 weeks of school. You will talk about your attendance button and what asynchronous learning is and what synchronous learning is. You're going to make it your own. What I do here is a sample or an example. You can play with it. You can make it however you want to make it. Don't hesitate to reach out for the questions that you have. Just I am available all weekend. But I will be back and forth with family, etc. We have a lot of birthdays, but I am happy to answer questions, to get on a Zoom with you, even on my phone. I might have to set up a time, an hour from when I'm talking to you or whatever, but I am happy to help you get this done. Let's get started. You are looking at the screen, and here are the requirements that I just went over with you. The last thing we will do is learn how to post the link. The first thing we'll do is, if I have sent you an email to access your Google site, you'll see it like this. You'll see it's from Veronica Romero, and then you'll see the VIA Google. Let's go there. And this is my summer school site. This is how you get in. You would click the link to open and you're in your site. I am going to do one little jump. I am going to go to my current site because it seems fruitless to have to do this twice. So let me go to my current site. I do have access to all of your sites to be able to help you put buttons, do whatever you need to, but I do prefer that you try it first and that you ask your team leader or someone that is knowledgeable about the sites on your team first, only because the sheer number of people is a little bit more difficult to manage. Okay, so here we are in the editing room of your site. There are a few important buttons that you need to know about. This little paper clip right here gives you the link to your actual page, the page that the public will see. You need to check this quite often because you might make a publishing mistake, and you need to check this. So you click your little link, you say copy link, then you go on a new tab, and you put it in there, your link. This is what the parents will see. So right now, this is my site. This is what the parents are seeing right now. So they do not have a Zoom link. It does not have any of the requirements right now. So now we go back to where I'm editing. Here we are. So let's start with making sure that you have all of your contact information. I have it all ready from the spring. Most of you have that. Okay. And then the check-in, which is the attendance button on your site. The check-in connects to a very specific file that will record the attendance for your classroom. It's individual to each teacher. If it's departmentalized, for example, fourth grade or or even third grade, they each had a little bit different situation. With the self-contained, it just went into their own file. With the older grades, some of them were lumped together. That is a grade level decision, a team decision, and I can set those up in 30 seconds to a minute. So I just need to know what you need. And if a team leader wants to reach out to me, and I teach them how to make sure that we are all connected. It does connect into a folder in our OME 19, 20, 21 school year. So we need to make sure that I am creating those so that they all go into the same place. If we are all creating it from different sources and different points, then we don't have that record, that data, all in one place. Make sure that you're in collaboration with me on the attendance button in particular. Okay, so most of you have that already set up. And if you don't, you'll speak with me privately and we'll make sure that that's working correctly. On your sites, you can create buttons and you can do many different things. I'm going to clear this out and I'm going to start with some of our requirements. You should have specials. Please don't delete your specials buttons and your counselor buttons, but you are certainly welcome to change the look and feel of your website. It's your classroom, so you're going to decorate it however you want. That is not up to me, that's up to you. So if I want to change this image, I would go to change image. You can upload an image from your computer. So I would select an image. Okay, I can select any of these. They are fine, easy, nice background images. If you have a theme or a specific website that you like, you can either type it in here. The easiest thing to do to find a theme, for example, Ms. Appling loves emojis. I would put emoji, and it's going to search for all the images around the web that are available to be able to put emojis in. So I could change the background to little emojis and you know, for example, something like this or something like this. I'm hesitant to change my background, but I will. And let's select that one. And there, boof, I changed the background. Everything you see up at the top is a page that I have created with the Pages button. So I hit Pages, and if you notice, they match. Those are the pages that I've created. So it will instantly create that navigation for you for the pages, okay? Now, if you want the page to disappear, to only be visible to you, maybe you're working on it, maybe you don't want parents to see it yet, maybe you're going to launch it in 9 weeks, you can make it hidden. You hide from navigation. Then that page is hidden. No one can see it unless they have the link. No one can get to it unless they have a button or the link. So then I show it. You show in navigation right here to show the page. Okay, so that gets you to some of the small, easy navigation and editing type of instructions. Here we have all of the very detailed instructions. The one you'll use the most is the one called button. Okay, so you're going to name the button. And let's say I want to link to the main school site. So I would say main OME e-learning site. Well, I don't know the address for the e-learning site. Oh no. So then I go to my browser, another tab. I find Manor ISD. This is for someone who has never found it before or doesn't know how to find it. We go to Manor ISD. We go to our schools. We find Oak Meadows Elementary. We click the button for COVID e-learning, and we go into COVID e-learning. I have here all of the teachers and I want to link directly to this site, the one that we're looking at. I copy that link, the link up at the top, whatever you're looking at. If that's what you want the parents to see when you hit that button, you copy it. You copy that link and you go back to where you were editing. You have to be able to manage these tabs. So that is not the editing page because you see I don't have the information right here. That was my, so here is my editing page. Okay, so there, main OME e-learning site. So make this, you know, I probably want to make this a capital, and then this as well because it needs to look good on the button, and I paste it here. You can also link to other pages within your own site. And that just comes up automatically. So let's insert it. So then here is a main OME e-learning site. When we create our webinar, you will create a button and you'll link straight to the webinar. So it will not, you will not have to embed it or do anything like that. Embedding means, for example, if I want to put in a YouTube video, putting this in for example purposes. So I copy the link to the YouTube video I want. I copy it. And then I go back to where I'm editing. I can say, if I say embed, then I can actually just place it, the entire thing, into my page. So I embed it, paste. That means it's in my page. That's not a link. It's actually posted in my page. So there it is. And they can actually watch it on your page. You can also make a link with a button, but here they can just watch it straight from your page. What I'm going to do is make a specific page that is for Meet the Teacher Night. And then I am going to hide all of my other pages until we resume classes on August 17th. So this is how I do this. I want some of these to stay, but I want some of them to only be available once the students begin distance learning. So right now I'm preparing my site for Meet the Teacher Night. So I go to Pages. I am going to hide everything from navigation for right now. You do the 3 little dots and you say hide from navigation, 3 little dots, hide from navigation. Okay, so I am going to leave my special education resources. I am going to make a new page. It's called Meet the Teacher. If you want to have a Meet the Teacher be straight on your home page, you can design it that way. You'll just have to go back and delete all of that out. I can create with my Google Suite. I can look and I can create a slide, slides. It's where I would make my Meet the Teacher presentation. It is here in Google Drive. Let me go back there so you can see again how to get there. You see Drive. Here you would search out, you would go to Shared with Me. You would search Mainer. You would search OME 2020. Enter. You would choose our 2020 folder and the website building information. You can take, this is free for you to use, this PowerPoint or the Google slide, and you can alter it however you want, but it's got the master schedule in it. So you have it there, and then you have a place to put your own information. Okay, so I am going to add this now. I'm going to take it and I'm going to insert it. Okay, so I have it there. Now, for the purposes of Meet the Teacher, I will move this to Meet the Teacher Night. So some of you will want it on your home page where it's readily available. You might just rename this Meet the Teacher. This is my home page, but you can alter it later, or you can just go straight to your own page. So I am going to do it on a separate page so that I do not have to alter the pages I am preparing for my actual resource room. So I am going to go to my Meet the Teacher page. But first, let me make a button so we can make it easy for the students. I'm going to remove this button right here, and I'm going to leave my check-in. I do want parents to check in, so what I'll do is I'll rename the button Parent Check-in. That way, if they don't get on the Zoom, they can check in that they've seen at least the PowerPoint. Okay, so there is the check-in, so I know about parents, and they can place their name in the check-in, and I will alter my document, my Google form, so that they can put some other information on there. If you need help with that, reach out to me. Okay, so that's the parent check-in. I can leave the welcome, but for my purposes, I am only going to put the PowerPoint and the Zoom link. So I have parent check-in. I am going to add a Zoom link. This is the link that Mr. Vega wants to make sure you have. All you need to do is you need to, okay, we're going to add the Zoom link. So you can go to zoom.com and log in. I click my name up there because I am logged in right now. If you're not logged into Zoom, you'll need to log in. And you go here. It will show you your personal Zoom room. Go to your Zoom button, click Meetings. Okay, and you can go to Personal Meeting Room. Here is the invite link. You copy that invitation and you copy it here, and you can place it in your site. So now I will place a text box. I will paste into here the link, the Zoom meeting. But you want the parents to be able to click. So what we will do is you will highlight that portion. You will hit the link button. Actually, copy it, highlight it, copy it, hit the link button, and it becomes a link. I am going to take all of the rest of this out. I'm going to take the rest of this out because I don't want it to take up a whole lot of space, because I want to be able to have my PowerPoint very readily available. So I'm going to highlight that with some emphasis. I don't like that, so right now I'm going to change the text to heading. There we go. And I changed the text of the Zoom meeting to heading. And then all of this, I would like it to be a different color. I want the words to be a different color. So I go to Themes, and I can change the font style. I can change, oops, I go to Themes, and I can change to a different, where it'll emphasize what I'm trying to emphasize. So I have that there. You can change the different fonts and colors so that it works for you. And I'm making it work for me. And then we go back. There we go. So I have it there. Join. And then here I would say, please join us for our Meet the Teacher Zoom. You need to put the date and time, because these parents might access your site ahead of time and they'll try to get into your Zoom room, and you will receive a message that they are waiting. just don't open your Zoom room or don't let them in from the waiting room until 6 p.m. So this will be on Thursday, August 14th, I believe, at 6 p.m. Okay, there we go. And then if you are, of course, a bilingual teacher, just like I am, I will need to translate all of this. I would suggest that you not remove the bottom buttons at the bottom. First of all, it's part of the process for the students, so you'll be able to use them. And second, if you remove them, we have to put them all back on manually. So don't remove those bottom buttons. They can stay down there. You can move them further down. See, I can move them down to where I'm no longer using them. And then you can have just your large Google slide presentation. Okay, so there it is. It's right there. Make it in the middle. Good. So there's my welcome, and I will be able to project that slideshow presentation. So I have my resource room, I have my parent check-in, I have my Zoom invite, and I have my slideshow. Now in my slideshow, I will be able to, I'll show you my slideshow now. I have all of the elements that Mr. Vega has actually asked us to have. So I'll be able to present all of these items, and the parent will have access to this slideshow. There's your learning routine, communication, etc. So just alter this slideshow. If you don't know what to do, alter this slideshow and embed it in your site. So here we go. We are in our site. It is completely ready for me to show parents how to navigate, etc., etc. What I would do is I would definitely make sure that I had the buttons below. Like, for example, on all your pages, I have a Clever button. So what I would do for Clever, I have to add the image. Let me add it. I'll show you how to add an image. I'm going to go get my Clever. I have that there. And then I'm going to link it to clever.com. Clever.com. Apply. Okay, so there it is. It's linked to Clever. So now when you're teaching the parents how to use your site, you will be able to, let me do a preview. Okay, so now I have parent check-in. I have the Zoom link. I have the PowerPoint. You probably want to make it large, and you want to do that when you present it. Okay, so it has the PowerPoint with all my information. Now, when you present it and you click on your PowerPoint, make it large when you're sharing the screen, then all the parents are seeing is the PowerPoint until you are ready to go back to the site. So you go there, you're doing all of this. The way you get out of that is you escape on your keyboard and you are back to your website. There are the different buttons that I have added. I would teach the parents how to use Clever. When they go into Clever, they're going to click it. You're going to teach them how to log in. So if I log in as a student, there it is, and they are going to log in with Google, and they are going to, I'm already there. There's one of my students. I'm just showing you, for example, those are longer names and passwords, so you'll need to provide those privately to each student. Most of your students do know how to do this in the upper grades. So I do not know her password. She would put it in, and then you would see her Clever account. For training purposes, I'll go into mine. And then if they had everything for their Clever would be here. They would go into their Google Classroom, and then they would be able to see your classroom. I have a million, so you would be able to see the Google Classroom. So those are things you need to teach your parents. And this should do it. If you have any questions on building your site, let me know.